tap, tap, tap in. I'm gonna tap in. Tap, tap, tap in. All right, you ready?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Wait, name. You go.
Okay. Name a vegetable.
Don't overthink this. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Broccoli.
Pepper.
Fuck! Are you serious? Okay, wait. Another one. Okay, wait. Guess a number between 1 and 6.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah!
Oh, yes! Okay. All right, one more. Okay.
All right.
Wyatt, give us one.
Okay, let's do a state in 3, 2, 1.
Ohio.
Alabama.
Ooh.
Real bad.
Color,
3.
3, 2, 1.
Black.
Green. Oh, God, man, we
Yikes.
are.
Maybe I messed up the energy.
Yeah,
Maybe you did.
It's
Maybe you
you.
did.
You
I'm gonna
tapped in.
hand it back to you
You're
guys.
gonna have to tap back
Have
out.
it back out. Okay. One more.
A fruit.
Go.
1, 2, 3.
Strawberry.
Apple.
Oh my God. All right. Well,
All right.
everything is ruined and this is done.
We're done. This is the end of that.
Sorry, that was all we have for the
podcast.
podcast today. I'm kidding.
You know what, Heidi? We have tried that game so many. We were really good the first 3 times we ever did it, and then we haven't been good.
We really
since.
were. Somebody sent me a video. Actually, it was Alex. She sent me a video. It was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was of us doing that when we were in the core classroom
Yeah.
at school. And it was literally just me and you yelling back and forth and everyone just watching us.
I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I think we've gotten worse over time. I think now
too.
we overthink it too much.
We do.
We gotta reverse back.
Yeah, we got to redo that for sure.
Oh, it's okay. Well, hi, welcome, Beauty in the Breakdown podcast. Oh,
Welcome back.
It's been a fun week.
It's been a long one.
Happy
a
motherfucking
long
New
one.
Year.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Whatever it is you're doing.
Do you have 2023 goals?
You know what? I feel like last year was such a whirlwind of bullshit that all I want this year is just a good year. Just an overall good year. I'm not putting any goals out in the air because I'm scared that if I do, the universe is going to be like, whoa, just fucking ruin them.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think I have any set goals, but I definitely want a way better year than what I experienced last year.
I haven't made New Year's goals in forever. You know what I like? I don't know why this irks me so much, but I hate when people put their New Year's resolutions on Facebook.
Oh my God. I know they're trying to speak it out to existence.
I'm
I'm
put
just
it in a journal.
yeah, I'm also they never end up doing it. They'll get they'll get 2 or 3 weeks into it and then you'll never hear about it again.
I used to put them on Facebook when I was younger, and then I'd look back on it. I didn't get any of them done. I'm well, now I'm embarrassed.
You know what? Let's get on Facebook and find one, and a year from now I'm gonna be what is this, Tammy?
Yeah.
Did you do your New Year's resolution?
Tammy said you were going to read 14 books this year. Did you?
Did you lose the 15 pounds you were supposed to lose 3 years ago?
Because it looks
you?
like you didn't read any books and you gained some weight. So I don't
know if this is working out for you.
maybe don't put it on Facebook for everyone to see, so we
swear.
can judge you if you don't do it.
Because we're going to.
I just don't believe that your New Year's resolution has to happen on January 1st.
I don't either. I feel also I just think there's so many things and so many goals you'll put into place throughout the entire year, and putting a limit or a time limit on it is so silly.
Yeah.
Things are gonna happen organically too. I mean, I don't know. I'm just never been one to want to put a New Year's resolution on myself.
I feel like last year I was kind of forced into New Year's resolutions because everything kind of went to shit for me in January. Just everything fell apart. And then I kind of had no choice but to start reworking
Absolutely.
everything that I wanted and new goals in place. So it just kind of worked out that way. But right now I'm I guess happy where I'm at. I know that I'm still pushing towards other things, but I'm good.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm overall
good off the-
happy where everything's at. I'm just I'm also at a point where I'm I think I just want a good year. That's all I want. That's all I could ask for.
Yeah. Well, I guess I didn't really make it a New Year's resolution, but today it was just I am going to quit. I am 4 hours, 13 minutes vape free.
No, you're not. You just vaped in the freaking car.
I had one little hit in the car.
The one hit doesn't count anymore. If anyone's wanting to know.
I had one little hit in the car.
You're yeah, I've gone 4 hours and 32 seconds and I haven't vaped. And you're oh wait, shit,
No.
I took one hit, but that didn't count.
Okay, we left for Monsignana. at 1 p.m. It's 6:26. I've had one hit of nicotine since then.
I mean,
And
that's better than some people can say. I mean, I see people that literally will rip that thing every like 5 minutes.
It's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me.
I'm glad I've never picked up that habit, and I'm so glad that I never did, because one, I know it's expensive, and two, like the death grip a fucking vape has on somebody is ridiculous.
I wake up with that thing in my hand.
Everybody does. Everyone I know, or like I'm constantly hearing, "Hey, can I hit your vape? Can I hit your vape?" I'm like, dude, if I tallied how many times I've heard that since I started college back when I was like 18 and that became popular, I could have had $1 million, dude.
No, it's well, and I wasn't ever I didn't get into like the big bulky ones, you know, or you look like you were a car dude, or like,
Oh yeah, like the
everybody was blowing.
Yes.
Do you remember that
Yeah.
phenomenon where people were just blowing smoke rings on YouTube?
Smoke tricks, dude. What a time to be alive, man.
Where's our Googler? Wasn't there Olympics basically for smoke rings and stuff?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
pretty sure.
I never got into that, but I'm trying to think. I got one of those original Jewels, and they had this mango pod.
I would say I remember everyone, my best friend, she liked the cucumber ones and the mango ones.
I would fuck something up right now for one of those mango Jewel
Man.
pods. Like, oh my God. And it just like, it brings back I've smelled other things that smells like it, and it just brings
Like
back
nostalgia.
such a memory for me.
Isn't that insane that things can do that for you? Like I do that with like songs and stuff too.
Oh,
like
yeah.
or perfumes. If I like smell a perfume or like I hear a song, it'll like take me back to a very specific point in my life, and I'm like, oh God, I haven't worked through that yet. Like
Yeah, that's-
instant anxiety to the chest.
Or like I can even do it with like, well, not necessarily songs, but like sounds. Like whenever I hear heels on like a gymnasium floor or something.
Oh,
it brings me,
yeah.
like, right back to
Like basketball season in high school. Yeah.
Or like I went to a Butler basketball game like not that long ago, like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But as soon as I walked in, like the smell,
Yes. Yes.
like noise, whatever shoes sound like squeaking, I was just like, oh, I'm in high school, like about to do the best fucking cheer routine you've ever seen.
It's just
like
insane. Like I think that's just cool the way that, I mean, not really, because some of it sucks, but I just think I find that interesting. That's like a common thing that everyone has.
your brain can do that.
Yeah, your brain's like, remember how much you hated your life.
I think going back to the Juul thing, I think that's what happens though, is like I have created such a habit with it that when I wake up in the morning, that is the first thing I think about.
It is. I mean, you're addicted to it. You're addicted to the nicotine.
And it's honestly turned into a habit because I bought those little nicotine patches today. I bought the nicotine gum, and still I was like,
this isn't as good as the vape.
it's like it calms your like, I guess like want for the nicotine, but it doesn't calm your want to just be like reaching up and down, like grabbing it and so like, and I fucking hate when people are like, just replace it with water, just do something else with your mouth.
Okay, first off,
like,
whoever is telling you to replace it with water definitely needs to fuck off, because that's not gonna fix a
just
nicotine
replace
addiction.
it with a healthier habit. Like,
That's
oh
so
fuck,
dumb.
no, I didn't think about that. Like, holy shit, thank you so much, man.
That really like leads into the same thing. Like when people are like, whenever you're like, dude, I'm just like feeling really depressed. Like, have you ever thought about not being depressed?
Have you ever thought about maybe going for a walk? Like, yeah, I
Have you ever
have.
thought about taking a nap maybe? Yeah, I've slept the last 4 days. I still hate my life. It hasn't fixed anything for me.
And like, there is just such a difference between being down and being depressed. Like, being down, like, yeah, a walk can help you, but like,
I mean, even then, the like exercise is supposed to like release like the dopamine or whatever. But I'm like, I'm still sad after that. Like
Yeah.
a couple hours later, I come back down. I'm like, nope, that didn't fix any of my problems.
like you're just on the treadmill, just
Yeah, and then like after I get off the treadmill, I'm pissed off because I looked in the mirror and I didn't lose 5 pounds yet. I'm like, that's fucked up. Like, I don't like that. Now I'm upset about something else.
just replace it with something better for you.
Just replace it with
Have you have you considered replacing your Juul with a dick? Like, oh man.
Have you considered replacing your Juul with a dick? Come over here and suck mine. Oh God, it's so
Have you
stupid.
considered replacing your Juul with a Twix Kit Kat bar? Like,
replace your nicotine addiction with diabetes. That
Nice.
sounds perfect.
Every time you want your jewel, just take a nice sip of Diet Coke instead. It doesn't work like that.
Wyatt, I broke my mic. Help.
I can hear you.
I can't hear myself.
Oh.
Wyatt.
Wait.
Wyatt.
When you were like, when you were a kid and like you're waiting for you puked in the bed and you're like, Mom.
Mom, I froed up. Wait, there it goes. It went.
Oh, thank God.
Hopefully it's still working. Okay, sorry. False alarm. We didn't need Wyatt. And he wasn't going to come anyway from the sounds of it. Anywho, Mom, I just froed up. Mom, I puked in your bed.
Mom.
Your feet are actually in it right now.
But I don't, have you ever had like any type of addiction, I guess, to anything?
I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's weird because I come from a line of like addicting, like all of my family's had some type of addiction, I swear to God. So I come from like a long line of like addicts, but I feel like, I mean, like I never took up drinking. Like, I'm not a big drinker. I never have been. I mean, even my friends back in high school would vouch that. I didn't ever like get hooked on smoking weed. Like I'll do it occasionally, but it's not like I have to have it. Never smoked cigarettes, never vaped. Like I think the only addictions I've really had, like I would say I have probably like a shopping addiction. Like I spend a lot of money, but I'm not like, I also am like I could go without that, I guess. But as if there's anything that was close to it, it'd probably be that. Like the feeling of like getting a little bit of a high would be from that.
Yeah, that feeling you find when you find like a half off shirt. That's how I feel.
Oh my God. Or a good find at Goodwill. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. Every time I hit my vape, that's how I feel. I want you to know that. That's what
but it's like only 30
every
seconds.
time I hit
like,
my vape, I'm like, oh, this is like a 30% off coupon from Kohl's.
There it is. In the comfort of your own home, in your bed, in the shower, in the car, anywhere.
That's the problem. That's the problem with the vapes is that you can hit them anywhere. Back when you had to smoke cigarettes, you had to go outside. You had to go to a smoking section. You had to ruin your life. You had to smell like shit.
I think that's why people weren't fucking smoking cigarettes as often. I mean,
Yeah.
like truly, I feel like people vape way more than they smoke cigarettes. I mean, maybe that's just like, I really don't feel like people smoke the same amount of cigarettes as they smoke their vape. Like I feel like vapes
Right.
get smoked a lot more.
Right, because it's a process. You have to go outside and
Whole
it's-
9 yards.
But it's just
You
and
also
smell
like don't
bad.
stink. Yeah, after you vape and
Oh,
stink,
you
like,
smell delicious.
You smell like a fruity
I'm not
fruity little
embarrassed
Pop-Tart.
that I'm blowing this beautiful banana flavored smoke ring around me.
Yeah, I mean it's totally. I've never had an addiction really to anything. I don't think like like drugs, alcohol, anything like that, vapes, nicotine, nothing.
Yeah, this is.
I was one of the lucky ones.
This is the only thing. So
This is it for me.
I don't know. I guess if I think I'm just gonna take everyone through the process of it. I think that'll just.
I mean, do you think you're gonna be able to quit? That's the real question here.
I don't know. I know I'm not gonna shut the fuck up about it until I do, though. I'm gonna be so not. I'm gonna
Dude, that shit was expensive too. A nicotine patch and the gum, all of it.
I literally, as soon as we walked out, I went to the local Walmart. As soon as we walked out, I put that patch right on, popped the gum in.
Smack that bitch on her arm. We didn't even get out the door. She fucking put the bag down on the floor and put it on.
Well, it's funny because I have had a nicotine pill before, but it was before I smoked anything. So my boss at the time had these nicotine pills in his office, and I was like, ooh, I wonder what these are. So I saw them and they were nicotine pills, and I was like, well, I don't know, like I wonder how it would make me feel. So I took one. I'm not kidding. I laid on the floor at work in the bathroom, and then I told him that I was sick, but I was too embarrassed to tell him that I stole one of his nicotine pills.
Did it make you have like did you throw up? Was it kind of like a head high that like made you sick?
I threw up. I was sweating.
I float up.
I was sweating through every bit of article of clothing that I've had on. And like my boyfriend at the time too, I was like embarrassed to tell him because I knew he would make fun of me. So I was just like, am I gonna overdose on nicotine? So I drove.
How do I tell everyone that I just OD'd on my boss's nicotine pills?
And then in my mind, so then like when you start going crazy, you're going through all the things. Like, you're like, well, holy shit, like what have I just done? So then I'm telling myself like, maybe that wasn't a nicotine pill. Maybe he just put it in one of those nicotine pill bottles, and I'm like about to overdose right here. Like it was something even worse. Or I thought it was Viagra for a second because I was getting real sweaty.
Do you think a fucking dick just grows straight out from between
I started
your
growing
legs?
a dick, and I was like, what the fuck?
I had this massive boner all day that I couldn't conceal. He had to have known then. Who's going to take care of it? Not me. I don't want to do it by myself. Could you imagine laying in the bathroom though, like ODing on like a nicotine pill and the fucking janitor, Craig, has to come pick you up off the floor, clean up around you.
He's like, let me guess, you tried one of the boss's nicotine pills.
She's like, I know exactly what you did because I did it too.
Third secretary we've lost this year.
Oh, sad to see her go. She overdosed again. But anyway.
But yeah, I guess that's my New Year's resolution. If I had one.
Just to sincerely stop your nicotine addiction. I mean, that's a good one. It really is.
Yeah. I don't think you should make more than one. I think that's when it starts to get out of control. And,
that too.
And
too many to follow.
Yeah. And then you don't do any of them and then you feel bad the next year.
Because you're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
100%. Well, besides that, we're going to talk about our New Year's. How was yours?
My New Year, it was good. I swore that I wasn't going out.
Yeah, Sarah does this thing. Every time we go out or we have plans, she will wait until the very last second to say she wants to go.
Because I don't want to.
But you had fun. Nonetheless, you always have fun. That's the crazy thing.
It's not that I'm waiting.
Sarah
it's that I genuinely do not want to go.
One thing about Sarah, she doesn't commit. She will not fucking commit to anything, dude. Ever.
I didn't want to go. Well, once everybody else was going, I was like, well, now I have to.
We all had so much fun. Like no one ended up fighting. No one ended up arguing. No one was mad.
I don't know what kind of friends you had before me, but that's always your go-to. You're like, no one fought. I'm like,
because it's not even necessarily me. Like I just feel like someone is always mad at the end of the night. Like drinking always leads to that. I swear to God. Like I don't know why, but I feel like when you get a group that big too, like someone is bound to get mad at someone, or like someone's like not even like a fight, but like an argument, or like someone's upset about something, someone's crying, like nothing happened. Like it was a really good night overall.
I think it was the mac and cheese.
I think it was too.
No one can cry when there's a bowl of mac and cheese.
No, and it was even nicely seasoned because I seasoned it.
Yeah.
We had mac and cheese, pizza rolls, and spaghetti.
You can't. I mean, who could be mad?
You couldn't be. You couldn't.
What are you gonna do? Yell at someone with a bowl of mac and cheese? In your hands? No, you'll look silly
with a wiener dog and a little tiny pom. Is she a pom?
Oh my gosh. Let's talk about that.
She's a long-haired Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Do we actually know this?
If you Google what a long-haired Chihuahua looks like, she is definitely
She's right on the money.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted a long-haired Chihuahua, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really have.
I think it's okay. So I was thinking about this. So we found out that our dog is a long-haired Chihuahua and not a Pomeranian, but she came with papers that says she's a Pomeranian.
Can you? I'm sure you can probably fake papers, though. You know,
right. But like, that's what's so crazy to me with dogs. Like everyone's like, oh, it's ACKCR registered, or like Akira registered them. You can find them in the back of the clothing store. This is UFC registered dog.
These are fighting dogs.
And I don't know if any of that is actually true, or if they're because what are they gonna do? Like, who's gonna come back and be like, I don't think that this dog is.
I mean, if they do that, I don't know how they're gonna I don't know how you would go back and like get even like further authentication. You know what I mean? I mean, you probably take him to a vet and like have him. I don't know.
And who's gonna go through the I mean, I guess if you're paying that much money for a dog, but
you probably wouldn't care to pay extra
$100 of DNA testing the mom and dad dog.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I had a friend. Well, I've had two people I know now that had dogs. They were both mutts though. But that was a little bit different. I don't think they like did their mom and dad, but like they did like their DNA and got back like what they were, which is kind of cool. Kind of like doing a 23andMe type thing.
Yeah.
But for your dog.
Yeah. I've seen people do that.
I should do one for Brogan, even though I'm 100% sure I know what he is.
Yeah, he's definitely a Chiweenie.
He's a Chiweenie. There's no denial of that.
Do you consider a crossbreed dog like that a mutt? Or a designer dog?
No, I could still consider them a mutt because they could come out and like you're not ever going to be sure how they're going to come out. Like
so, Brogan you consider as like a mutt?
Yeah, I do.
Chihuahua and wiener dog.
Yeah, it's just like I would consider it a mutt because it's not like one breed. Like he's a mix of two.
Yeah, that's true. Because we have Brogan who's a Chiweenie, very very cute, and then Heidi,
handsome baby boy.
Heidi and I one time got a dog together.
Also fat and he was a fucking terrorist is what this dog
looked
was.
nothing like Brogan at all,
No.
but also a Chiweenie, but just the most terrorizing dog I've
But that's
ever
why I
met.
say I do consider him a mutt though, because you don't know how they're gonna turn out. Like Tito literally had like a Chihuahua head, but with like a dachshund body, where Brogan's just a small dachshund.
Yeah.
Like, he through and through looks like a wiener dog with just a tiny build.
Yeah.
And then like Tito, I was just like, something came fucked up. Something came out fucked up because
Tito didn't look good.
no, he still doesn't. He's got a long body and this Chihuahua head, and it's kind of ugly. It's kind of ugly. He's cute, but he's ugly.
Dude, when he was a puppy and he would just
Bite your fucking ankles and
not
shit.
in a cute puppy way
No,
either. Like a
he
gremlin.
did it to be mean.
Like a fucking gremlin of a dog.
He had a lot of aggression. I think that he needed therapy.
He was
That
like,
dog was fucking awful. Oh my god. God damn. Do we want to unpack? Do you want to unpack any of last week's episode?
Oh.
Yes. No.
Um.
Up to you.
So.
What are your thoughts?
I feel like
And as a general statement, not against anyone. In a general statement, thoughts.
Okay, so let's just recap what happened last week. We got on the topic of men versus women, of I guess what type of guys women like to have sex with.
I guess, but I also feel like part of that was I was also taking we completely have different viewpoints on this. So what I took away from it was that we were trying to figure out when you go out, what is your thoughts when you go out? Is your goal ever to meet a guy? Like when you go out, like are you like, oh, I'm gonna meet somebody? Like,
No.
you know what I mean? I feel like that it started there and then moved to your point because
Right.
I chimed in on that because I was like, when I go out to a bar, the actual last thing I want is a guy hitting on me. That actually sometimes ruins my night because I feel like men are so like not aggressive, but very persistent when they want something. And if a girl says no, it's like they almost can't handle that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in turn, like I feel like it turns into, oh, like why don't they want to sleep with me?
Yeah.
And then I think that's where that moved in.
And I don't know if that's just I don't know if that's just like a me and you thing, but I do think for me it's worth it. Whoever I want to hit on, I feel like it's worth it for me to go up to them and hit on them myself because
I agree.
And I don't.
I also feel like sometimes as a girl, like social cues are everything. Like if I'm interested in a guy, and I don't mean to make this, I guess, sound like shitty, but I hope that like I try to send them like social cues, like body language or just like looking at them or like smiling at them and then hopes that that's my cue to let them come talk to me so they know I'm interested without having to say anything. But if I'm not doing that, I don't want men coming up to me being weird. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, my goal is when I go out, especially if I'm with my girlfriends, is not to be like, what guy am I taking home? Who am I pursuing? Like that is the last thing on my mind when I go out.
Yeah, that is not. I guess maybe when I was like 22, I would like, but it would be specific nights. And like, how is a guy supposed to know, what days we're going out on? That's why I'm like, okay, so like, let the girls be the ones to like come up to you, have social, like understand social cues because for the most part, we're going out to like have fun or
yeah. And I don't want the extra stress of like having to like, I'm not trying to get to know somebody when I'm on the dance floor at Patron Saint shit faced. Like that's the last thing I'm trying to do for sure. Do you think men go out thinking that, or do you think you do?
Yes.
I think that's like an end goal for most
because
men.
I think one thing you'll notice a lot is that when guys get into relationships, they slowly stop going out.
That is true.
Like
that
going
is true.
out for guy, and they'll still have boys' night or like
boys' night.
They'll join like a bowling league or a golf team with their dudes.
Yeah.
But like they'll stop going out to like clubs and bars. And if your boyfriend is still doing that,
he's probably not committing to you.
I mean, I think that's like 90%. If when a guy is going out to like a club and stuff without their girlfriend, I think that's exactly what they're thinking of.
Which is
like,
just so crazy because I mean, as a girl, like it's not like I'm thinking like, oh, what are the men thinking here? Like, as I could truly not give a shit less. Like,
right.
So I don't know. I just feel like that conversation, like I think you and I didn't get to chime in on it so much. So I was like, I I think most people would say that same thing, but from a man's perspective, I guess I've just never thought about what their intentions are because I just don't really give a fuck.
Well, the way he was describing it was that there are
women aren't pursuing.
There are certain men, and he doesn't know what it is that women just are more drawn to and want to have sex with.
See, but that was what. Okay, yes. I think for a man, and everyone has different tastes too. Like you have to remember that too. Like we all have different like things that we find attractive out of people. Like if I personally was gonna say it, if I'm like in a bar, like it's traits for me. Like I want someone that's 6 foot or taller. That is a non-negotiable for me. It always has been. Like I don't know what it is. Like I get the ick. You could be the hottest man in the world. You're 5'8". Get out of my sight. But being tall, I really like blue eyes. I like it's someone that has like a confident personality because I feel like I have such a big personality. So it's like I'm looking for traits. I'm not necessarily looking for I don't know. Like there is a physical attribute, but like that's just like the first 5 seconds you see someone. It's not so much about like who they are.
Right. But the way he's describing it is that there's literally a science behind it, something that you're either fuckable or not. That's his.
But I call it confidence. I say it's confidence. I really do.
And I don't know how to explain what that type of confidence is because he's definitely correct. Like he's a very confident type. He's a very confident person, like overall. But
yeah, there
comes a point where like it's not necessarily about confidence. It's about like self-love. And you can tell when a guy loves himself.
But that's what I'm saying though. I was going to say it has to, like you can tell a guy can be confident but still be insecure and you can see both. Like you could carry yourself well, like you dress well, smell good, like you can light up a room, yada, yada, yada. But I can also see you when you're insecure. Like I can see both of those things in the same turn.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. I think that
I also think like women are just a lot more intuitive, like overall. And so like I can almost read into when you're actually self-confident and when you're actually like you, and I don't want to say love yourself in a I love myself. Like I like guys that, and sometimes it is that way though. That's why it's really hard to tell sometimes if they're like a good love themselves or a bad love themselves.
Yeah.
But like there is something so attractive about a guy that can like go out and really just doesn't care.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that's why girls find that attractive. When a man loves himself and he carries himself well, he's probably also doing the same thing that us girls are doing. Like I'm not looking for it, but if I see you and I like you, like I'm gonna like give you those cues. And like you said, I really do think it's a combination of the two. Like it has to be because I'm not ever gonna go after a guy where I'm like, okay, he looks really good, but if I can tell he's insecure, I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste my time. Like I definitely agree with that.
I mean,
point.
that happens with women too. I mean, like there are girls that are very attractive, but you can tell when they're
insecure.
When they're insecure and they don't love themselves, and there's something so beautiful about it. And I'm going to keep saying this, but there's a difference between confidence and self-love. So you can tell when a girl like say girl and guy just like is working on themselves and cares. And you just like, you have this aura about you that goes better out into the world.
You outwardly bring back positive and like I feel like when you are in a bad headspace, like it's easy to tell those things, like just by, again, the way you carry yourself, how you interact with people, how you talk. And I agree. I think when you are like comfortable with yourself and you love yourself, you will put that back out into the world. Like people will feed off that type of energy. But I do think to go with that is exactly what it is. I think if I go out to the bar and I can tell a guy is like not worried about what all these girls are doing and like they're just having fun or like they're not like hanging all over everybody or like trying to buy everyone drinks. I'm like, okay, like that's probably someone that doesn't need validation, that doesn't need attention, that doesn't need outward anything really. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The buy you a drink thing. I think okay, that's staying in 2022.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna lie to you. It depends. It's situational, but if I don't know you and you're like, you want a shot, and then we just do a shot and I walk away, I'm like, I mean, you paid for it, I got the shot, whatever. But I'm just like, I don't know.
Let me buy
half the time I don't want to.
Let daddy buy you a drink. What did you say that one day? Let me rub your back. I'll pay your college tuition. Like,
no, literally, it's like that. I swear to God, it's we can leave that one there 100%.
Yeah, don't buy me a drink. I'm good.
I'm good. Am. You know what else we should leave? We should leave dating apps back in fucking 2022 because that shit's also one of those things that I'm tired of hearing everyone. It's fucking crash and burn stories for. I also like I've only had a handful of people tell me that shit actually works for them. Like we should go back.
Yeah.
We should go back to old school dating. Like I want to organically meet someone or like have like that initial like connection with them in person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't ever want to have it through social media.
I was on a dating app for like a few months, like from like January to March or something like that. And I went on 2 dates, but the first date that I went to, I showed up and the guy was like, and like, okay, first off, let's just go over what my type is like when it comes to men. My type for men is pretty gay. Like I pretty much, I want them to, I want them to worry about their sexuality.
Yeah.
So like, this is not,
It's been a through and through type for her, 100%.
so this story will not come as a huge shock, but I show up to the date and he was like, I am going to have one of my guy friends come along as well. And I was like, kind of weird. Okay, but whatever. So I bring a few of my girlfriends with me as well. And I show up to his apartment and I was like, oh, I thought your guy friend was coming. He's like, oh yeah, he's in the bathroom. Well, he opens the door. It's one of my friends, one of the most like flamboyant gay men that I know. And I was like,
was this the one that had a bunch of eggs in his fridge?
yeah, so many eggs.
Red flag.
And he
Major
just
red
like,
flag.
he pops out of the bathroom and he's like, bitch, what are you doing here? And I was like, well, what are you
You're
doing
like, I'm actually
here?
on my way out.
And he was like, I'm going on a date. And I was like, I'm going on a date. So we both showed up
Oh my God.
for a date with the same guy.
Shut up. Did you really?
Yes. Yes.
It was the same guy
It was a guy and me showed up
for the same guy.
for the same guy.
Oh my fucking God. I didn't know that part. I remember you saying something about the eggs and that was enough to throw me off. That
He
I
was
just
like, bitch, what are you doing here? And I was
Oh
like,
my
bitch,
God.
I guess not going on this date. And then which obviously like I am very okay with like whatever your sexuality is, just be open and honest with me about it. So
yeah.
he was like, oh no, I'm not going on a date with him.
I'm not going on a date with him.
I don't know.
Dude, did he think he was the fucking bachelor? Like he literally just invited all of his Tinder dates to one spot. Whoever
was
made it,
like-
survival of the fittest.
I was like, I don't care, man.
That's a
Like,
massive ego, my guy.
I mean, I also like, I would like to know, like, I would like to know your like sexual dating history. Just, I want to know. Okay, listen, I want to know if you've gotten fucked in the ass, and like that's it. Like, just tell me if
Yes
you
or
have
no.
or
Blink
not.
once
Just
for
tell
yes.
me, and we'll figure it out from there. But at least tell me so I know. And like the more we went out, the more he drank, and he just like kept drinking. And I didn't
See,
really
that
like.
is an ick. That is a fat ass ick for me. If like we go on a date and like you're drinking like that, I'm going to assume that there's something way deeper than what's like meeting the eye. Like
Right.
I don't like when men get sloppy drunk. I hate messy.
I think anybody that gets like sloppy drunk to that, you have a secret you're trying to hide and you're trying to black out. You're trying to black out so you don't accidentally
Or
say
like
it.
they're uncomfortable and I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, like now everyone's gonna be uncomfortable. Yeah. Excessive drinking, absolutely not. Massive
I
ick.
mean, I've definitely gotten blackout drunk, but it's normally when I am
and
uncomfortable.
but I also feel like when you're actually like if I was like several dates deep with someone and I kind of like knew them at that like the first date or two,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely not. I don't think so.
yeah, I mean, I did get hammered on a first date one time, but I also was very uncomfortable, so that checks out.
Maybe you shouldn't date if you're uncomfortable with them. I mean, that's a fair point as well.
I've told you about that. I think I've even said it on the podcast. That was my
We
one
did.
my
The one
blind date.
about the guy
Yeah.
dressing you up as his wife.
Yeah, and I'll never go on another blind date again.
Yeah, that was absolutely awful. But no, to that point, I really do. Like, I think I'm like tired of like social, like just any social media dating, like that can be left in 2022 as well.
Yeah, it's. I feel like anyone that it's actually worked for and they've gotten married are already divorced.
Or like, I just like don't believe it. I don't know why. Like, I'm just like, it just doesn't, I don't know. I guess I just like need like a connection like that for it to make sense.
Yeah, it is. It's weird because I feel like maybe during like pandemic and stuff, maybe
It made sense. Yeah.
because like you weren't really able to like go out and meet people, but then you also had to be careful because you weren't. I don't know. I've never gotten into them. I never felt like you met somebody that
was beneficial in any way or that
or
it
that
worked
you
out.
actually had like something in common with.
Right. Yeah.
And like honestly, I feel like I am a great first dater. Like,
I feel like are you good at interviews too?
oh my
Like,
God,
you blow 'em
yes.
out of the water.
dude, I will wreck an interview on a
Same.
first date.
But I've also, I'm not kidding. Anytime I'm the same way. I feel like I'm always the one that decides. I feel like I'm really good at first dates. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually the one deciding though. And then interviews, I've never not gotten a job ever. Like every job I've interviewed for, I've gotten.
Yeah, like once I've applied for a lot of jobs and not gotten them, but once you get me on that
I'm
table,
talking about, once you're at the interview, unstoppable.
which I can talk my way through pretty much anything. I have any question you ask, I've done it. I know.
I would say the interview process turns into me coaching them through emotional therapy. I'm like, so wait, when did your mom leave you again? I'm like, I would be a great asset to this team. Literally, just putting it back on them. I feel like that's how my dates
And why
go.
don't you tell me why you think I would be a good fit here?
No, I feel like that's like my first dates too. Like we get to a point. I feel like the one thing I've had in common with like any first date I went on, they'll be like, I haven't told anyone the stuff that I've told you, and I don't know why. I'm like, it was manipulation. through careful manipulation and me asking the right questions, you didn't even know the roles were reversed.
I'm manipulating.
I'm gaslighting the fuck.
I'm fucking gaslighting you.
Hey, idiot! By the end of this date, you're gonna be in love with me. It's all about what you can do, baby.
No, I mean, I normally know by the first date if I like.
Yeah,
am
I'm a retired fixer. I'm not trying to fix men anymore. So I am actually gonna take that off the table.
like we're not doing that. That's my.
We're retiring that one too.
Another resolution. Like no more fixing people. Anybody. Like I don't care about
That's a good one to leave in 2022. 100%.
like family members. Fucking.
I will add to that. I literally swear to God, I feel like I will say one thing. I feel like a lot of people, and it could just be from getting older, I feel like people have become a lot more self-aware. Like I do feel like I notice a lot more people saying that like they're more comfortable going to therapy. Like people are taking more responsibility for their emotions than ever before, I would say, like in my opinion.
Yeah.
But when you meet that one person that still just doesn't have any fucking self-awareness, or like they just trauma dump on you, oh my fucking God, those are the worst ones. It almost pisses me off. I'm just like, dude, for real, like just anyone.
Yeah. Or just like refuses to help themselves.
Yeah, like you sit there and give them like any type of resolution, and like it's like they would rather bitch about it than like fix the problem.
I don't think anything annoys me more than a person that's just never happy. I'm like, just fucking get happy.
Listen,
man.
there is one person that I know. Facebook is one of those that literally,
Dude.
I can't be on it because that's where the fucking that's the bitching side of social media, dude.
There's always one person on there too that's just always going through a divorce.
Yeah,
always.
or like just airing out their dirty laundry. Like their neighbor from 6 blocks down fucking stole their dog and all their mail from Amazon packages. Like it's
Things
always
were
something.
really starting to look up, but as of yesterday, it turns out that my husband is going to be leaving me. My kid has cancer. 4 years ago, I got a hemorrhoid and it's never gone away. Like,
Dude, there's one girl from my hometown, and like she's mutual friends of a few of my friends. She's one I had to literally take off of my Facebook. She has had like 8 kids. The first 3 of them was from a different marriage. She lost custody of them because she was that bad of a mom. Bitched about that the entire time on Facebook. Then got remarried, had a fucking miscarriage, which that is sad. I'm not. That's actually awful. Like by all means, that's fucking terrible.
I mean, there are things you're allowed to be sad about.
No, yeah,
like,
that doesn't count. But I'm just saying, to build up, had these 3 kids with this husband. I'm not kidding. She posts a picture of herself crying at least once a week on Facebook. Like, either it's
that should be illegal.
But it's either her job, how bad she feels as a mom, she's sick, her kid is sick, her husband smells like shit, like anything and everything. This bitch is. She got on there and posted this entire paragraph about how much she hated her in-laws. I'm like, you're friends with this man's in-laws on Facebook. Like they're gonna see this. Are you trying to start a Facebook fight? Like shit like that. I'm just like, dude, people who are never happy and do shit like that. I'm like, why are you so miserable? Like,
stop. Like, and don't post a picture of yourself
crying.
My God.
Dude, that's grounds for immediate deletion.
Unless you have like Stickler, super popular TikToker girl, Kat.
I don't think I know who that is.
Yeah, she like she used to do the stuff with like her husband, and then they went through a divorce.
Oh
and
yeah, no. They have the little girl.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I do know who you're talking
She
about.
posted like a whole video, and it was like her whole like 2022, and it was like her like really sad. But then at the end, she was really happy, and
See,
it was to show her transition.
that's different.
That's different. You can do that. It's kind of like weight loss pictures. Like, do not post your before until you have an
A
after.
good after, yeah.
Like, do not post your sad pictures until you have a good after of
I
you
also
being happy.
feel like being depressed and being miserable is such a comfortable spot for people that like they don't want to come out of it. Like that emotion they've just like sat with for so long. Like this is a comfortable spot for me. Like
yeah.
or people like love like sympathy and shit. But I'm like, dude, if I've known you for 5 years and I've never had a happy moment with you, or you're never happy, or you're always bitching, I'm just going to assume that's what you like. Like that's just how you are as a person.
I think that there are people that bask in sadness. Like
Ugh.
sadness is, like you said, it's their comfort level. It's where they are happiest when they're sad.
And those are always the people that don't do anything about it, though, is what I'm saying. It's like, and like, I feel like they could even make the happy moments miserable. Like they're always looking for that negative part of any situation. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is.
Well, you're gonna go to Kings Island, but
My flip flop broke.
how was your New Year's Eve? Oh, it was pretty good until I accidentally got a piece of glass stuck in my foot while I was walking around outside with no shoes on.
That dude, why do they always get in weird ass situations like that? Like, what are the odds? That's just like negativity following you anywhere you go.
How's the podcast going? It was going pretty good till I got a parking ticket and I was about to pay it, got ran over by a car. But how's your day been? Like, it's always like the most chaotic things that have ever happened.
I was having a really good night until a homeless man popped out behind the bushes and smacked a bottle over my head. Stole all my money. They towed my car. My husband left me. It's always like one thing after another.
Yeah. It is always like the worst night you've ever heard.
They have them like all the time. Like,
Why do I feel like it's always my Uber driver too?
Uber drivers will literally air out their dirty laundry on you. I swear to God. I think they go to therapy and their therapists are like, "Have you thought about Ubering?"
They're like, I don't think I can handle this.
It's the perfect scenario though. Like
it
you're
really
only
is.
with them for what, a max of like maybe 10 minutes. You can tell them everything. You never have to see them again, and you get paid for it.
Yeah. I know like there are comics that have started Ubering so they can tell their jokes, but just the saddest part, I swear to God, it's the saddest people sometimes that are your Uber driver.
they
and they're
are.
just like,
They are.
I had my cousin Rebecca. She came up to stay with me because her 3 kids left her and she doesn't know where to go and she's been homeless.
Or she was such a bad mom that kids decided they were going to take over. They kicked her out.
The kids left. My aunt had to come stay with me because the kids kicked her out of her house.
Jerry, 5. Colby, 8. Hannah, 12. They kicked me out of the house. They're living under my roof, paying all the bills. So fun.
Have you ever seen a
Oh
kid
my
that looks
God.
like he probably kicks his parents out of the house? Those kids that look like little adults.
Yeah, the assholes.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear, I think I've come into contact with like one too many. Like, this sounds so cliche, but you know when you just meet a bad kid, like, you're like this in 10 years, this dude is ending up in the federal pen. Like, there's no way around it.
Why is he always?
I remember,
He's always a little husky.
it's not that I don't like kids. I do like kids, but it's very specific ones. I feel like when I was in like, no, it was probably in like high school. I did this like aftercare program thing where I was just like helping out. Like I volunteered just like doing like after school care for like elementary school kids. There was this one little boy. He would come up and just kick me in the fucking shins. Like, and we would say like shit he shouldn't say. Like he'd cuss too. And he always had sticky hands. And he was always throwing something. He was always throwing something at the other kids. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna tell this. I'm not gonna scold the kid because he's not gonna do anything. Like he's gonna act out even more. Like kids like that.
There's bad seeds. And like
I'm always terrified I'm going to end up with one.
The parents never know when they have a bad seed kid.
No, they
either.
don't.
And
They
it's
don't.
It's always like,
Or they make excuses
I
for
have like
them.
this little kid watching. There's a little kid watching us, and I'm like, maybe he's a bad seed.
Maybe he's the bad kid. No, he looks like a good kid. Look how cute his smile is.
But the parents like never know. They never
No,
know.
I
when
swear they
have the
never
bad
do.
seed. I had
Or wait, do you think that they do, but they're in denial? Do you think that they think that like they'll grow out of it? They usually don't.
no. I seriously think they have no idea. Because I taught gymnastics for a long time for like 3 to 5 year olds, and some of them were absolute monsters.
I also think it's weird. I feel like I expect it more out of little boys than I expect it out of little girls. Does that make sense?
No, there was we had this one little girl, and like she just wreaked havoc on everybody every day, and she was brutally honest. Like
She'd ask you why your roots are black.
yeah, and
Oh,
she asked
man.
she asked one of the other teachers one day. She goes, "Why are your teeth brown?"
That too. Okay, little kids are brutally honest. I think a compliment from a little kid when they call you pretty is one of the most genuine.
Oh, because they have no.
If they think you're ugly, they're diving deep into your biggest insecurities. Why are your roots brown? Why are your teeth moldy?
Why does your nose do that?
Why are your teeth moldy? I'm gonna start saying that. Not why are your teeth rotting. Why are your teeth moldy?
Why are your eyebrows so dark? Why does your chin look like a butt?
Why do you have a front butt?
How come
Why are your ankles fat?
They'll point out the biggest faults of you, but every
God.
the kids are unaware and the parents are unaware because like at the end of class you give them a sticker or whatever, and you're like, and every time I'm like, no, you don't get a sticker today, you were very bad today, and she goes,
Their parents come in and start swinging on
she
you.
literally would be like, it's sticker time, and I was like, not for you. What are you talking? It's sticker time. I'm like,
Not for you.
you've never gotten a sticker in here, Mackenzie. What
You
are
literally gave her a sticker that had a phone number for a fucking ADHD evaluation.
It wasn't even ADHD. It was just demonic almost.
Two evil parents made a demonic child. That would make
Dude,
sense.
kids be saying weird shit like that
Dude,
too sometimes.
Kids in general. Kids are just fucking weird. That specifically though, kids come up to you and start saying they're seeing shit or hearing shit. I'm playing with Timmy. Who the fuck is Timmy?
Fuck you are.
The fuck you
Tell
are?
Timmy to go home.
I mean, you had one, GG.
I did. I loved my imaginary
No,
friend.
that's fucked up. That's actually fucked up. I think you were seeing shit.
I probably was because I got it when I got a fever.
Dude, you were about to cross over to the other side.
I literally
no
was
one
like
was
on my
willing to help
deathbed.
you. This gremlin's behind your bed. Dude, there's no fucking
He
way.
just stuck around.
There's no fucking way.
Anything else we're leaving? Anything else we're working towards in 2023?
I think this will be I think I'm gonna move again after this year. I think I'm gonna spend one more good year here, and then I'm gonna fucking jump ship again.
Jump the ship.
I think I'm ready for another big change already.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell you don't want to talk. You don't know about. You're like, haven't worked out those thoughts or emotions yet.
Yeah,
I
those
see that all over your face.
Those aren't going public yet. No, I do. I want to make more time for things that I genuinely enjoy.
I think that's a good one. I think just stop doing the things you don't want to do. I mean, it sounds like so cliche, but like it really is as simple as that. Just like if you work hard enough and you really, really are passionate about it, I think it'll come.
I mean, I've always kind of been like that. That's why I've had so many jobs. That's why I've tried so many different things and been so many
Same.
places, because as soon as something isn't making me happy, I am not afraid to be like, nope, that's not it.
I also find it so crazy. I do the same thing where I'm like, I say that I'm really bad with change, but I feel like I am constantly in some way changing, like whether it be like moving different jobs, even like sometimes like when I feel like my friends aren't like fitting the narrative anymore, like friends, everything. But I don't like, I guess nobody really likes change, but I'm comfortable in it.
Yeah. I think if your story is always the same and you're not changing, then you're not like that's a
It's
boring,
always scary though.
that's a boring book.
That's a really boring book. I mean, I could have had an easy life, you know?
Yeah.
It would have sucked really bad. I probably would have been crying in a bathtub with a McUltra still.
I hope it was a lime cactus one though.
Those are really good. No, wait, I thought it was prickly pear.
Prickly pear. That's what it
Prickly
is.
pear one. Those were fire. I can't believe we decided to drink beer at fucking in the Snake Pit. That's what we took to Snake Pit.
Did we?
Yeah, you loaded up a whole cooler of those bad boys, and then a water bottle of tequila.
What's wrong with me?
What was wrong with all of us? We were okay with that.
That was not. Ew.
All right, next stop. We're going to a honky tonk. That's my other resolution for the year. I'm going to a fucking honky tonk. I'm gonna see if I can trade out my platform boots for some cowgirl boots.
That's my new outfit choices here lately. I'm going for
Emo cowgirl.
emo cowgirl.
Mine is still very much like goth emo, but like a Barbie one, like not a really dark one, like platinum blonde one. Don't look at my roots. Don't do that.
I was about to say.
Don't do that.
Not with them roots.
Then not with them roots coming in. Oh God.
Barbie got roots all of a sudden.
A Bratz doll, maybe. That would probably fit the narrative a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay.
Okay. I think we're going over. I'm not really sure.
Well, we're gonna end it at that. So
Wait, I should have thought about where I am at and plugged this. Whatever. If this comes out before January 6th, I'm gonna be at White Rabbit on.
this is not coming out before January 6th. Is the second.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'll be.
Sarah's gonna be around.
I'm gonna be doing stuff.
Go watch her. Go watch her do her shit, man.
Okay. Sarah Pop-Tarts. H for Heidi.
On pretty much everything.
And I will be back next week. We're going to go over if we did any of our 2023 stuff,
Okay.
which for me is just not hitting this vape that I've honestly been thinking about.
Yeah, we're gonna update on that. We'll definitely do an update
I'm not
on
going to
that.
lie. The whole time we've been on this podcast, I've been thinking about it so much.
Chokehold, man. I swear to God.
But it'll be 1 week next week. So,
All right, that's
Okay.
it.
all right, bye.
Goodbye.